Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Thank you so very much for being here. I love getting your comments and your thumbs up. I'm glad that you're enjoying these readings because I'm actually really enjoying doing them for you. All right, so this is for the week of March 19 through 25. So we're almost at the end of March. Amazing. All right, now this week and I think next week, we're going to be using pendants as our, crystal selection. So we're going to start with this one. This is actually an emerald. Okay. This one, it's hard to see, but it's actually an aquamarine. It's set with I think they're rubies. And I honestly can't tell you. I think this bottom one might be citrine. It's a real pretty piece. Okay, so that's for the middle pile. And then this lovely piece is Lorimar with a blue topaz accent. All right, so I want you to take a moment. Now, you may be drawn to one, two, or all three of them, and that's okay. But just take a moment and see which pendant, which crystal is calling out to you for insights for March 19th through the 25th. Alrighty, and let's get started, shall we? Let's see if I can get this one to stand up. It doesn't want to. Okay, so starting with the emerald. And the Four of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, Justice, and the Ace of Wands. Alrighty. So the Four of Wands is talking about, the Four of Swords. It's talking about a recovery. It's talking about a period of almost convalescence, illness, just feeling out of sorts. But that's sort of in the place that you have been or the space that you are emerging from. It feels not so much like a terrible illness as much as it feels sort of like just inactivity, whether you just didn't have the energy or the motivation, but it feels like there's sort of a quiet period that you are finally emerging out of. And now you're much, much more interested in getting kind of on with your life and, and doing things that are pleasant for you, doing things that make you happy. The Pentacles, of course, is about, earthly possessions, tangible things. And so it feels like perhaps as you are moving out of this space, you are becoming perhaps more aware of just how capable you are, how much worth you have. And you know what? Sometimes, in fact, I think always, the greatest worth we have is our own self-worth. It's how we feel about ourselves. And that is reflected in, pretty much everything. Everything we do, everything we say. It's just, it identifies us. Justice is sitting here, and this is bringing a sort of a sense of balance or justice or a good news result coming to you. It may be legal. It might be just a balancing of the scales, but that energy is there. And the Ace of Wands is sort of the beginning. It's a new start. It's a new venture, a new way of life. Sometimes it could be, hearing about a pregnancy or a birth or becoming so yourself. Or doing so yourself, I guess. Okay, so what is the story? Well, so what these cards are talking about is they're talking about having come through or just leaving a period of either, you know, illness, but whatever was going on, it feels more like just a physical sort of slowing down, the need to slow down, to almost catch your breath, to recover, to, just spend some time in a quiet, sort of reflective, healing energy. Because it's followed by the Queen of Pentacles, it's telling me that in some ways, this sort of timeout, if you will, has been super beneficial for you because it has allowed you to perhaps evaluate where you are on a monetary level, on a tangible assets level. And it has allowed you to focus on that, or you will be, coming into focusing on this. Justice here is telling me that you're very likely to get a resolution that pleases you. So let's say, for example, you have recently put your house up for sale. And so there was that quiet time where you were assessing, when you were, sorting through your options, figuring out what you want to do. Then you made a decision that was going to impact you on a tangible level. So if you're selling your home for a profit, it's going to increase your wealth. Justice tells me that as you deal with this monetary or asset situation, the outcome is going to be beneficial to you. It's going to be a just outcome. It's going to be, what you're looking for, what you've been waiting for. This can also apply, don't forget, the pentacles can also apply to physical things like health. And so it's also possible that perhaps you are not well, and perhaps you have reached out for some sort of long-term disability, or some sort of a supplement, something to help you financially as you move through this illness, or learn to live with it. And so if that's the case, this is indicating that you should be getting a result that pleases you. So the approval coming through. And the Ace of Wands is really nice because it's just talking about, because of these decisions, you have sort of a new way of life emerging, new opportunities. When we are coming from a place of stillness like this, particularly if it is a reflection of an illness, it can be so liberating to get a decision that is ultimately going to benefit you, financially in one way or the other, and is allowing you that fresh start, that new beginning, that new way of looking at things, in that new way of speaking, of a new way of action, new ways of getting your point across. And so this is really nice. This is just simply talking about moving from a place of more quiet or reflective, assessing, realizing that your worth, realizing your capabilities, and also looking for some sort of a resolution here with the Justice card. And that looks very positive, because from that you have a new beginning or a fresh start. That is what the Emerald had for us today. Alrighty, so the Aquamarine. Now this guy, let's see if this guy wants to set up. He does. Okay, so let's get started here. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Ace of Swords, and Judgment. Okay. So, 2 aces within 4 cards. So this is definitely telling me that there is sort of some sort of triumph, some sort of success, important documents, important papers, recognizing your own inner strength, recognizing, I almost want to say, the power of new beginnings, of new starts. Now, the levers here can represent many things. It can represent literally a new relationship or an existing relationship where there is a commitment, and perhaps there is a new understanding or a new awareness, or perhaps literally the new beginning of one. But it can also represent simply bonding to um, another person, bonding to yourself, recognizing the energy and the passion that you still have, and knowing that perhaps it's really time to just start anew, start fresh. The Judgment card is interesting because in some ways it feels almost like what is holding you up is feeling like you might be judged. Um, Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. All right. So, you know what comes to mind, honestly? This feels to me like perhaps, you know what, you've decided it's just time to bring a new relationship into your life or love into your life. You want kind of that fresh start. You want to get some of that passion back. Maybe you've been single for a long time and you're ready to kind of step out into the world again. And so the pentacle and the swords are sort of telling you that, this can be successful for you. You can be triumphant in this. You can be able to have that fresh start and that new beginning and moving forward. But it feels very much like part of what is holding you back is a sense that you're going to be judged. What will people think if I, reach out to a dating site? What will people think if all of a sudden, after a bunch of years of being single, I start to ask my friends, hey, like, do you know anybody who might be interested in meeting me? But you know what? Remember this, the Judgment card also can bring karmic blessings. All right. It can bring that sense of almost a reward, almost a feeling of, you've gone through a difficult time, you've healed, you've given yourself the time to heal and mend. Now you're ready for a fresh start. And so perhaps it's time that karma is stepping in and saying, you know what? Let's give you a hand. Let's help you out, so that you can bring what you want into your life. I caution you that if you are wanting to manifest a relationship, it's really, really important that you don't try to manifest a relationship with a specific person, because in doing that, you're sort of interrupting or attempting to interrupt their own free will and their own journey, whether it's with you or without you. So when you're looking to manifest a relationship, what you're looking for is this is what I want to feel. This is what I want to be able to give. This is, what will bring me pleasure and happiness. What am I actually able, emotionally, physically, mentally, to receive? And what am I actually able to give in return? So that's what you're going to be focusing on, not, whoever that you saw or somebody's friend or whatever, and you want them specifically. That's not how this reading is working. This is about sort of a recovery, a new beginning, bringing new energy into your life. If it is not a relationship, this could be about a friendship. It could be about a business partnership. It could be about any kind of close sort of bonding with another person. And it very much feels like this is going to create a new beginning. And with Judgment card here, I really like this because I feel as if, um, karma's going to sort of step in and give you a little bit of a helping hand. Alrighty. And let's take a look at this Lorimar. I don't think I'm going to be at all successful getting this thing to stand. So I'm just not going to try. How about that? All right. Okay, so here we go. This is the Lorimar and Blue Topaz. The High Priestess. Six of Wands. Ace of Cups. And Eight of Swords. Alrighty. Let's go here. So... over the last while, you have been working on some deep reflections, possibly about secrets that maybe you don't even tell yourself, let alone others. You have been working on your intuition. You've been working on manifesting, and you are having success with that. And you are starting to realize that your thoughts create your world. Whatever you focus on comes into your life. So if you're focusing on being scared, being angry, feeling unloved, feeling unwanted, whatever, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get more of that energy. So what this is showing me, that you have done some deep soul searching, some deep healing, some deep recovery work. Maybe you've been doing some shadow work, but it is working, and you really feel like you're making some real headway in terms of not only understanding yourself, but honestly understanding the world around you and how you interact with that world and others. The Ace of Cups is a card of lovely joy. It's new beginnings. It's relationships. Sometimes it represents creativity, but it's definitely a energy of an abundance of emotions, positive, loving emotion. And so as I look at these cards, this is what they're telling me. They're saying you have gone through, or you need to do some significant soul searching or shadow work to determine what it is that you want in your life that will actually make you happy. It's amazing how often we just never ask ourselves that question. In the hustle and bustle of life, we forget to check in with ourselves and say, so, self, how you doing? Are you liking the way your life's going? Are you liking the energy you surround yourself with? Are you liking and enjoying how you're spending your days, etc.? And so that process is coming to fruition for you. You're completing it, or you're needing to start it. The Six of Wands is a victory card. It's a card of recognition, of accomplishment. And so what you're being told here is absolutely whatever work you need to do, whatever secrets you need to discover, is going to bring you a sense of victory and growth. That is going to take you to a new place where you're emotionally fulfilled, where there is happiness, where there is contentment, etc. And you have come to realize that the only thing preventing you from the things you most want, the clarity you most seek, is your own thoughts, your own feelings, whether you are feeling trapped, whether you are feeling like you have been victimized, whatever it is, the reality is what you focus on is what you receive. And so it is your thoughts that control the success and the accomplishment of these other cards. So keep your thoughts positive, stay in a happy, focused place, and know that there is success here for you as you work towards your own highest and most authentic self. And that is what the cards have to say. Thank you ever so much for being here. It's always lovely when you spend some time with me. I wish you a really good week, a really happy week, And I look really forward to seeing you here next week.